Spider-Man. As you may be aware, he does whatever a spider can. And with great power comes great, you guessed it, cameos uniting previously separate cinematic universes. That's right, folks. Spider-Man No Way Home is here, and it is a fan-pleasing, continuity-mashing, multiversal web of comedy, tragedy, and intrigue. Some of the surprises were not exactly surprises unless you've been living under a rock this past year, but there were still some wow moments, even for the most spoiler-hungry viewers. So let's dive into the Spider-Verse and analyze some cameos. Starting off with the most obvious, Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker and Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker. Sure, everyone knew this was coming, but that did not take away the magic, and crucially, it wasn't just empty fan service. No Way Home treats both these alternate Spider-Men as real characters, even though one is arguably more fondly remembered than the other, and it takes great care to pay respects to their histories and give them each a few big moments. Most importantly, the movie uses their presence to enhance the journey of MCU Peter. Finally, he gets to share his pain with someone who understands what he's going through better than anyone else, himself. There were also some really excellent jokes, of course, including the Andrew Garfield incarnation of Peter Parker feeling like the runt of the litter compared to Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland, because of course he feels that way. Oh, we also got a musical cameo from Danny Elfman's iconic theme for Spider-Man 2002. Will we see these two Spider-Mans in the MCU again?
No.
It seems unlikely, but this was a pretty special send-off. Next up, Matt Murdock. Again, we were pretty sure we were going to see a cameo from Charlie Cox as the blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen, and his brief but memorable scene was slightly overshadowed by Kevin Feige's recent announcement that Netflix's Daredevil would remain in the MCU. But wasn't it great to see him again? His cameo was short, but it made sense in the context of the story, and it was a fun little nod for the fans. He even got to catch a brick and catch a joke. The scene also showed that Marvel is really getting its cross-platform game together, cause this very week we got visual confirmation of the Netflix version of Kingpin in Hawkeye. Brand synergy? Corporate IP management? Yes. Satisfying? Also, yes. The only question is, will Peter and Matt cross paths again? We are counting on it. Anyone who saw Let There Be Carnage would have enjoyed the post-credit scene, with Eddie Brock and Venom mysteriously transported into the MCU. But No Way Home gave us a sequel to that, with an intoxicated Eddie Brock getting the lowdown on Iron Man, the Hulk, and Spider-Man, before being unceremoniously zapped home. Will we see Tom Hardy in the MCU again?
Yep.
It's an open question, but the more important consideration is, what's with that little puddle of symbiote he left behind? We know that Tom Holland is locked in for a second Spider-Man trilogy, so we're intrigued to see how Venom will figure into that. Will we see an alternate Eddie Brock? Will Flash Thompson wear the symbiote? Will Topher Grace return? Hey, we think that could be fun. We already knew that Doc Ock and Green Goblin from the Raimi movies would be showing up to play, along with Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And it was great to see them used in such a creative and interesting way. Slightly less expected, perhaps, was the appearance of Dr. Kurt Connors, aka Lizard from the first Amazing Spider-Man, and Sandman from Spider-Man 3. We thought that they were well used here, even if the CGI for Sandman didn't feel like it had really developed much since 2007. But while it was certainly a blast seeing those villains cross over from their own continuities, there were some more bad guy teases that you might have missed. At the climax of the movie, when the rifts between the multiverses were opening in the sky, there were some mysterious silhouettes lurking in the purple light. Those silhouettes were none other than legendary Spider-Man villains Kraven, Rhino, Scorpion, and Black Cat. Of course, we've seen Rhino before in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Michael Mondo played the Scorpion's alter ego Matt Gargan in Spider-Man Homecoming, but we have not seen evil Master Hunter Kraven before, or Black Cat. Instead of an end credits scene, No Way Home gave us a real festive treat, a teaser trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Not only did this give us a blink and you'll miss it look at ancient demon Shuma Gorath, but we also got a whole load of Baron Mordo. The teaser basically confirmed that Mordo will be coming after Doctor Strange and magic in general. That's all part of his misguided crusade to save the multiverse.
Too many sorcerers.
But Mordo also pointed us towards one more tantalizing cameo, Doctor Strange. Well, evil Doctor Strange, to be exact. This is likely the alternate Strange Supreme we saw in the animated What If series, and what a doozy of a cameo. Of course, it makes sense that Doctor Strange, someone defined by his own ego, would eventually battle an evil version of himself. And heck, we are looking forward to Benedict Cumberbatch really chewing some scenery. But let's not forget, the last time Sam Raimi juggled 3 different Marvel villains, the results were mixed, shall we say? So let's say our optimism is, cautious.